Welcome to the Hot Seat.
On the Hot Seat, we tackle the toughest business questions, addressing the most pressing issues our business community faces today. We dive into the core of business growth and strategic development. Whether you're launching a startup, managing a growing business, or refining an established enterprise, we're here to provide you insights that you need. Get ready for candid conversations and practical advice that you can implement today. Stay with us and let's grow your business together.
Hello, my love.
Hello, Lucy.
Today we are doing the hot seat, and it is moi instead of Simone. So, lucky you, but sorry.
That's all right. Don't be sorry. Love you.
Love
it's
you
so
too.
good to have you on your first ever Hot Seat episode, interviewing yours truly.
I know, so weird. I feel like I need to be professional, and I'm just not.
I was not expecting the greeting that I received, but that's great. I'm sure that everyone watching is going to be like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Should we just jump into it so I don't say anything embarrassing?
No, you're right. You can say anything you like.
No
problem.
I do know today's topic is how to build a high-performing team.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Would you like to know questions?
Yeah, sure. Let's fire away. Let's see what everyone's been asking.
All right, so question number one. What are the key characteristics of a high-performing team?
Well, there's many, right? But I think a high-performing team isn't just about a group of, say, talented individuals. It's actually a finely tuned machine where every component has to work in unison towards that common goal. Okay, and I think that's really important to appreciate before we dive into what exactly the characteristics are. Sorry, I just realized that the other camera didn't go on, so I'll just click that on. But I think the first thing that every high-performing team needs is an understanding not only of their individual roles, but how these contribute. Okay, really important how they contribute to the team's how it contributes to the team's broader objectives. Now, this clarity fosters a sense of purpose and drives a collective effort. So it creates alignment, and that's probably the first of the big characteristics. So clear purpose and alignment. Trust and open communication are paramount with high-performing teams, right? Because you need to be able to have the tough, strong conversations. As Jody, the CEO of Bohu Engineering, always says, we love the candor that you can bring with open and trustworthy conversation, because those robust conversations allow you the opportunity to get better cut through. So making sure that we encourage that open communication with our teams, make sure that they feel safe, and make sure that they can express their thoughts and share their ideas as well as voice their concerns is really, really important. And to do it without fear of judgment or backlash. And you're probably smiling because you're like, yeah, I can't get a word in when it's you at home. Yeah, I know you. I know you very well. Look, I think the other thing is you need diversity, right? Because diversity isn't just about having a range of cultural backgrounds, but it's also a blend of complementary skills. Okay, now each team member brings a unique strength that when combined, so to speak, it actually creates a robust capability greater than the sum of all parts. Okay, and I think that's really important. So we are much stronger together than we are as individuals. And I think it's really important to understand diversity and complementary skills is not just about cultural backgrounds. It's not about gender neutrality. It's genuinely diversity. So in boards, for example, when I set up advisory boards for people, we look at building high performance boards, and we look at the skills matrix but also the diversity of the experience of people around the table. I mean, you know, because we have these conversations at home. A lot of the time, I get appointed to boards or am chairman of companies that, as an independent chairman, that I've never even worked in that industry. I have no no understanding. And so what I do is I spend the first 3 to 6 months really understanding the industry, but it's the diversity, it's the strategic mindset that I bring to a board that is the value that I bring at that level. It's not the industry experience. There'll be someone else on that advisory council or on a listed board or a non-listed board that will bring industry experience. So really important that you do that at board level, but you also do it when you're building your own teams in your own organizations. You know, in a company, you wouldn't have all marketers. You'd have to have someone, an expert in sales, an expert in design, et cetera, et cetera. So the big one that I'm a massive fan of, and there is a lack of, is in high performance teams, accountability isn't just top down, but mutual. Members need to hold each other responsible, ensuring that everyone meets the commitments and contributes equally to the team's success. Now, you know, in Growth School, we've built a framework that allows us to do that for all of our clients. And then they can do it not only the accountability to each other, right, business to business, but accountability within their own organizations. And that accountability helps organizations scale 5 times faster. So I know that so many people listening and to the replays, and please hashtag replay if you're watching the replay, or please comment, let us know you're here. Sometimes it tells us you're here, sometimes it doesn't. But today I'm very lucky. I get to look at my beautiful wife, so it's pretty easy for me. But it's really important that you get accountability right in the organization. And that then leads me to another characteristics, which is adaptability. You've got to be agile. Right, there's Belinda. Look at that. It's just popped up on my screen. The accountability has been a game changer. Belinda is, as everyone knows that watches these, she's one of our most amazing Growth School members, but also started inside of the Customers on Demand program, our sales and marketing program, and then has leveled up. And we are the lucky ones. Hey, Lucy. Yeah, she's the lucky one. She's saying, hi, Lucy. But look, adaptability, adapting to changes and challenges swiftly. But it's not just about adapting, it's about adopting. So what you've got to do is once you adapt, you've got to adopt. And again, that comes back down to accountability. And the last part that's really important, high performance teams focus on results. Okay? They are relentless in their pursuit for results, and they are orientated around, they're continuously measuring their performance against their targets and against everybody else. And they're adjusting their strategies as necessary to ensure success. And I think that this is, you know, for any service-based business grappling with recruitment and retention and performance and even productivity, fostering all of those characteristics that I've just mentioned will actually transform a struggling assembly into a dynamic team poised for success. And by focusing on cultivating the traits, leaders will create an environment where high performance is not just expected, but it's actually achieved by everybody in the organization, and it's achieved organically and naturally, Lucy. So that's my short version.
Is the short version?
Yeah, that was my short version. So did you learn anything, honey? A little bit, right?
I'm kind of in and out of focus because your dog is crying.
What? Louis, what's he doing?
I think I left him outside.
Oh no, hang on, you better go get him. Poor Louis.
Got him, he's okay now.
Oh. He's probably hearing my voice going, where is he? Where's Pa?
Well, I think he could get through, but I think that's what's setting him off.
As if you left the dog outside. He's never allowed outside.
He needs to pee occasionally.
Oh, okay. All right. Belinda says, doing this and having the support of the skills of people within Growth School has meant that we can make these changes and adapt faster. That's awesome. That's great feedback. I'll just put that up on screen there. And you know, that's wonderful. Thank you, Belinda. Really value and appreciate you. You know that. But also you do the reps. You know, you are a high performer. You do the reps. You turn up to everything. You do everything, and you scale at a very rapid rate. So thank you for giving us the gift of being able to coach you and work with you. So what have we got next, Luch?
All right. So more questions. How can leaders foster collaboration and trust within their teams?
Who comes up with these questions? Um, fostering collaboration and trust. Well, it's crucial, right? It's crucial for any leader aiming to achieve high performance, and especially in any service-based business where teamwork directly impacts customer satisfaction and retention. So you need to cultivate the essential qualities um, that drive collaboration and trust. Okay, so the big one is always lead by example. Okay, leaders have got to demonstrate these values in their actions and in their interactions, and being transparent about decisions, admitting mistakes, and showing vulnerability can significantly enhance trust. I'm a big believer in being vulnerable. I think one of the key things, and I think you say this to me all the time, that I probably overshare, but what's really important to me is that people get a really good understanding of what vulnerability looks like. And we're out there running multiple companies independently of the advisory and coaching businesses, and so we're getting our hands dirty just like our customers are. And so I like to go back with real-time feedback. We own a media company that you work in, you run the graphics department. We're an outsourcing company, and amongst other companies, but all of those businesses serve our clients, but we encourage everyone to share what we learn so that they can scale faster. And that's really important. So that builds trust and collaboration. You've got to create or encourage an atmosphere where team members feel safe to share their ideas, as well as their challenges and as well as their feedback. Now, this involves, and I struggle with this sometimes with my team, this involves active listening. I do show bucket loads of empathy, but as everybody knows, I have zero tolerance for sympathy. And what you've got to do, and this is something I am very strong at, is avoiding blame when things go wrong, right? Like you've got to put your hand up and own it when the shit's gone south, because otherwise no one else can learn. And you need to do a whole bunch of reflection on what went wrong in order to sustainably create the right. So creating a safe environment is really, really important. As I said earlier, you've got to define, well, when you're looking at purpose and alignment, the easiest way to do that is actually define clear roles and expectations. Clarity reduces confusion and overlap. Okay. And these are often a really big source of conflict. So you've got to ensure that each team member knows their responsibilities and how they will fit in the larger goal of the team and of the organization. Another quality that actually drives trust and collaboration, Lucy, is celebrating diversity. So acknowledging as well as leveraging the difference in background, skills, perspectives with team members, because this enhances problem solving and innovation. Okay, but also what it does, it demonstrates respect of each other's individual contributions, which boosts morale and trust. Okay, and it's interesting, some of the characteristics that I shared earlier are actually some of the key fundamentals of building trust and collaboration. So the big one that we do, we communicate every day with our team. We facilitate regular communication. We hold daily huddles. We hold weekly meetings. We hold monthly meetings. We hold quarterly meetings, and we hold annual meetings. The same framework that we adopted within our own organization, the same one that I practice with our teams, right? So that's really, really important that people do that. Lucy, you're laughing probably because
I
in a
hate
media
meetings.
company, huh?
I hate meetings.
Yes, but that's because meetings need to be effective. So, Elon Musk has a rule that if you can't contribute, don't attend the meeting. But make sure that you can actually answer the questions when you're asked, because otherwise you won't get the communication. Do you want to add something to that?
Can we implement that? Can I just start leaving meetings?
As long as you know what you have to do, Lucy Rose. Yes.
I don't.
But yeah. By the way, I love where you're sitting in our home. That's one of your paintings behind you. Beautiful painting. Lucy Rose. Lavolsi.com.au, or is it Lucy Rose Art? What is it?
No, it's Lucy Rose Lavolsi. I found that funny that you were stumbling over your own last name.
Hey, look, I was just making sure that I had the right URL.
Mhm.
There is some art back on sale after it's all been sold out. So anyone looking to add a beautiful piece of my wife's work in their home, jump on that website, lucyroseLavolsi.com. Yes?
Yeah, I think so.
You're terrible at self-promotion. You suck at it so badly.
I
Um,
think.
yeah, they say opposites attract. I think the other thing, by the way, is um, you've got to encourage the social interactions within the organization, but also recognize and reward collaboration efforts. I think this is a big mistake that we all make. We push our team to do a whole bunch of stuff, and then we don't acknowledge and reward the behaviors that enhance the teamwork. So as
Yeah.
owners, we can often get lost um, in being owners and not leaders. So it's really important that we have to provide even a simple phrase to a team member during a meeting, or even more formal rewards like bonuses for collaborative achievements. So look, I think implementing some of these strategies, leaders can create a team culture where collaboration and trust are the norms. And I think that's really important. And leading to enhanced performance is what will be inevitable. But you'll also get better problem solving, as well as a more enjoyable working environment for everyone involved. So fundamentally, they're the things that I think will boost trust and collaboration to build high performance teams, Lucy.
Beautiful. Now, I have a third question for you. Funnily enough, you have already kind of touched on it, but what role does diversity play in building high performance teams?
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we have touched on this, but I
Mm.
probably could elaborate a little bit more. Um, Diversity absolutely enhances creativity and innovation. Okay, hands down, there is enough research and evidence to suggest that organisations that aren't creating a diverse working environment, um, they're going to be missing out on that creativity and that innovation. Interestingly enough, we've probably swung the pendulum way too far in our organisation, where we are very much female led uh, and have like two males working in the whole company,
Mm.
and I'm one of them. So perhaps that diversity is at risk, but I have such a big personality that I think I make up for all the men that could probably work in our organisation, and so I need to be told by many women exactly what needs to happen in my life, and I think you've got to be open to listening. So diversity is different for everyone, but I think that we've got the balance in our organisations. We've got the balance because we've got the outsourcing, which is very structured and framework driven, and then we've got the media company that's very diverse and creative, and then you've got the strategy side, the advisory side of the business. Um, no words, Belinda says. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, Belinda. Um, but I think what's really important is finding that balance, and that's taken many, many years. Like 80 ventures later, and I think I've got the formula 50% right. And I don't think anyone gets it perfect. So I think that's really important. But the other reason why diversity is so important is that each team member truly, and I said this earlier, truly brings unique skills, right, and experiences that when you combine them, they actually create way more capability and versatility that you could have dreamt on your own. Okay, and I think that that's so important for people to truly understand. And no matter what kind of leadership style you have, the old adage of you have to be the smartest person in the room. You shouldn't be the smartest person in the room. I don't know. I think you just need to get the right people in the room, and often you can be the smartest person in the room if you brought the right people that bring a unique set of skills that you don't have. So I think that we've got to get this notion of leaders not being the smart people in the room. I think we've got to refine it a little bit more from where it originally stemmed from. Um, but the other thing, and one of the biggest things, and there's been studies on this, diverse teams make better decisions up to 87% of the time. And that is mind blowing. So the different viewpoints help consider all aspects of a problem, which leads to more thought and effective decision making. Now, I think I really came to this conclusion when I was doing my MBA and working with so many people from diverse executive backgrounds rather than business owners. And I was able to
Yeah.
truly understand the employee mentality, and perhaps sometimes even the lack of thinking, hence why they're doing MBAs. But the thing is, after a while, you got to truly understand where diversity mattered. So you started to find the people that could impact, say, your assignment. Instead of you just having one point of view, you were able to get from 4 or 5 different people their point of view and produce better work. And for me, that was a real big game changer in something that I learned working in that environment. Couple of other things that are really important around diversity is for businesses, having a team that reflects the diversity of their customer base can actually improve understanding and service delivery, right? Now, this alignment can actually enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty, which are critical in sectors where repeat business is a key performance indicator. So, we do a lot of health and lifestyle businesses in the media company. Repeat business is important. So it's not just about driving ads. It's about driving repetition. And that means, a lot of our media company clients also are my clients, because then we can teach them how to actually elevate, right, their retention mechanisms. And if you can retain clients, well, you've got a zero cost, right? There we go. That camera has just gone and done. No, it's because I had a hand gesture, and it reacts to hands. Can you shrink now, camera? I don't know what to do with it. So let me just see if I can go to this, and if I can go. No, it's not doing it. It's actually on the camera app. Anyway, you guys are going to get a big version of my head. But I think what's really important is that you also get greater market reach. And look, I want to just wrap it up with just one more thing. A notable real life example of a high performance team is the team at Pixar Animation Studios. They're renowned for a string of successful animated films. The way that Pixar fosters creativity and collaboration actually provides valuable insights into how to build and maintain a high performance team. So, and I've done a research paper on this. So Pixar actually built a culture where creativity thrives. Now, you would hope so, seeing their creative studio. But employees from different departments are encouraged to share their ideas openly, regardless of their position in the company. And this open environment actually helps them foster a sense of belonging, but also a respect amongst peers. Okay. They have brain trust meetings. I think that's what they call them. And this consists of a group, if I remember correctly, consists of a group of experienced storytellers and filmmakers who review each movie during its development. Now, unlike, say, typical corporate feedback mechanisms, the brain trust does not have the authority to make decisions for the directors, but instead offers candid and constructive feedback. Isn't that cool? Like, when I was reading this, I thought that's super cool. And there is also, Pixar operates its own in-house training entity, Pixar University, which offers courses in arts, filmmaking, and other disciplines related to its work. Right. So that means they're really tuning their team into the way they want to think. When faced with challenges, such as, say, like a production delay or creative blocks, the teams at Pixar, they actually come together to solve the problems rather than depending on a single leader to find a solution. And that's something I try and build into our teams all the time, in clients' teams, because the collaborative approach is going to be far more significant than not. And then Pixar also sets clear visions for projects, but also remains very open to the ideas and feedback of the team. And I guess the result of this approach, Lucy, is evident in the Pixar, records, right? Like their success, including, numerous Academy awards and consistent commercial success. The Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Up. These are our kids watch these all the time, right? So, it's not only achieved box office success, but also made significant cultural impacts, which underline the effectiveness of team dynamics. So, I think I've kind of answered every question so far, and I hope for our listeners that the case study that came to mind is really useful to bring all of that together. What do you think, Luch?
I really enjoyed hearing about Pixar. That was cool, and I like the collaboration idea. And I know we already do that in a lot of our businesses already, but maybe we could just continue down that path a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think one of the biggest things that we could do, I'm just trying to go back on this camera. Yeah.
Give up.
Yes. Oh my God. I've gotten smaller. Yes. Whew. I was thinking to myself, man, my head's big, and I already have a naturally big head. So, yeah, I think one of the things that's really useful actually doing this hot seat with you is that you don't get to see a lot of this stuff. But one of the biggest things that you've just made, the point you've made, is we should do a lot more cross collaboration within our own group of companies,
Between
bringing that diversity to the table. Yeah.
yeah.
So, you know, and I think that's pretty cool observation from you. And you know, Belinda's just said that she's got lots to think about, especially as someone who is really looking at scaling next year. And you're going to totally crush it. You know, Belinda started off at $2,000 a month, 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, $16,000 weeks, right? And then relaxed a little bit, didn't you, Belinda? And then kind of dropped back down, and then the self-limiting beliefs kicked back in, and all the other stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's like, nope, we jumped in, we reworked it, we tweaked you again, and bang, you went extreme, and now you're just flourishing, and it's so fantastic. And how cool is it? Next week we're going to be all in Melbourne. There is about 5 or 6 members that aren't going to be joining us for a whole bunch of different reasons, but we got almost 29 people in total coming down in Melbourne, and we're going to have an absolute cracking quarterly intensive, which is going to be epic. And I can't wait to hang out with my tribe of lions in the den, making dreams a reality. And Lucy's sitting there going, I hate when he talks like that.
You're going to make us roar again, aren't you?
Yes, everyone's going to roar. We've got to just get Katy Perry's song Roar and just play the roar sound. That's it, and then it'll be fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's pretty much going to wrap up today, because I've got to bounce on a call in 5 minutes, and I've got to break down this room. But Lucy, thank you for joining me and hosting the hot seat with me. It's been amazing, darling. Maybe we'll have to get you on a little bit more. And anyone who, my beautiful wife, Lucy Rose Lavolsi, the mother of our 2 beautiful children, and our little man, Louis, wherever he is hiding. And all I need was a 30-minute call with you to turn it all around. Belinda, you are the best. You know that. You know I love you, so thank you. And you're right, we are lions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another Hot Seat episode brought to you by my wife, Lucy Rose Lavolsi. And if you love her artwork, then visit her page, lucyroseLavolsi.com. There are no discounts. It's all one-off pieces. And I love your series, darling, and I love you. And I will see you some stage later tonight. Okay. All right, guys. Bless you all. Have a wonderful afternoon. And thank you, Belinda, for being an awesome sharer and contributor. And we had heaps of audiences. Wow. There's still like 120 people watching. That is epic, guys. Amazing. Give us some love. Give us some shares. And spread the love for high-performing teams. Until next time. I think we've got a little outro.
Thank you for joining us on the Hot Seat. We hope today's session gave you valuable insights to drive your business forward.
Remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth.
Every question brings us closer to the answers that can transform our businesses. Stay connected with us, follow our journey, share your thoughts, and be a part of our community.
And don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss future episodes. Together, let's elevate your business to new heights.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Hot Seat.